November 180 Bravo Bravo with it. Dublin November 180 Bravo Bravo.
Okay, good morning everybody. Just checking that we're live, and it would appear that we are live, of course, less than a minute ago. Nobody watching at the moment, but there's no surprise. What time is it? It is 10 past 11 in the morning. It's a Saturday morning, and the reason why I've come online today is because after my review of Ultra Weather XP, I had a couple of emails and messages, and there seems to be a little bit of confusion regarding Ultra Weather XP, and I've just realised that you can hear me on there, so I need to mute that so you don't hear me twice. Okay, so it would appear that there is some confusion regarding Ultra Weather XP. So I thought I'd come on this morning just to clear this up, and hopefully do clear that up. Whoops, what happened? There we go. Let's get back to the most important thing. Here we go. So here we have Ultra Weather XP at Cardiff. The weather is rather overcast in the real world, and this is what we're seeing here. Although I must admit, just coming down here, then you get this funny kind of mist layer that shouldn't be there. Now I think I can get rid of that by just going into Ultra Weather XP. Oops, hang on. Let's do this, Ultra Weather XP, and reduce fog. No, it hasn't gotten rid of it. There's that weird layer there, which is probably low-lying fog. Okay, we'll leave that for the time being, because what I want to talk about is the settings, right? And there was somebody wrote to me and said, your weather keeps reverting back to default thingy. Your weather keeps reverting back to custom meta because you're supposed to use custom meta with Ultra Weather XP. And I thought, well, no, that doesn't sound right. What they were saying was that it's reverting back to custom meta .rwx file because that is what it needs to do to depict real world weather. And I thought, no, that's not right. I need to check that. So I did check it, and the way that I've been doing it is correct. So first of all, let's go to the manual and see what the manual says. So let's just read this. Since Ultra Weather XP is a weather visual enhancer and not a weather information provider, you can choose to either enable match real weather conditions in your weather settings to have real weather, or you can manually configure your weather to your preferences. Okay, so that's straightforward. So in XPLANE, let's go back to XPLANE, you set it to match a real world weather. So you go up here, flight configuration, customize. Oops, no, sorry, wrong one. Customize, and you set that to match real world conditions. Okay, done. Resume flight, and then it will match real world conditions. Okay, and this is pretty much what it looks like outside my window. Maybe a bit lighter or brighter, but we can always mess with the settings. Okay, but certainly it is overcast and looks very much like that. Okay, now also what I've done is I've got FSGRW, right? So Ultra Weather XP is depicting the weather. It's actually visual enhancing the weather, so that's what it looks like. Okay. XPLANE's weather engine at the moment is driving what the weather looks like. Okay. But I think I'd rather use FSGRW because I believe that it looks better. Okay, and as soon as I activate this and start weather transfer, it will change the weather within XPLANE11 and use its weather engine. Okay, so we'll start the weather transfer, and you'll see the weather change a couple of times whilst this is transferring. I tell you what I'll do. I'll put this over on the other screen so I can see it's still running, which it is, and it will be coming in soon. It takes a while to download the weather data and then construct it and inject it into the simulator. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. It's still downloading the weather. It's currently setting the initial weather in your flight simulator. This might take a few minutes. Right, so there we go. Now that is the weather as per FSGRW. Still got that overcast element to it, but the cloud definition is gone, so to speak, because you could actually see puffs of cloud. So let's try and get above this. So we're going up through the cloud. It is very overcast here at Cardiff. And this is what it looks like once we get up on top. Yep. So just moving around, you can see a few holes in the weather there. A couple of breaks in the clouds. Obviously the sun is above the cloud, that's why it's very white. I can change the color of that. Ultra Weather XP, so go to settings. So cloud coloring. Let's have it, set it to normal. That's normal, and that's darker. Well, it would never look that dark above because the sun's shining on it. Maybe that's a bit better. You get a little bit more definition. It goes to brighter. Yeah, that's too bright. But that looks about okay. You can see some cloud definition here as well, in amongst the clouds. Alright, so turning that back off. Let's try and get up a bit higher if I can. And once again, it does look a lot better. Oh, there's a weather change. Refresh. See? So we've got breaks in clouds. I think that's probably the Bristol Channel out there. So where the cloud is cleared over the channel. You see it's changing again. Subtle change there. So let's go back underneath and see what it looks like. Got this fog layer here. This weird layer. Now I just had an update to this as well. That fog layer is supposed to be over there, yeah, that way. But as you come down, it kind of impedes. It comes down to ground level, and it doesn't look quite right there. There was an update just recently, and I'm wondering whether I've got the latest update. That's probably a fix for that. But I mean, you can see the lights of RAF St Athan there. That's quite neat as well, which you would see. You know, the lights are on all day. I'm not too sure about that. I am not liking that. Something gone wrong there. So we'll need to check that out. Maybe I haven't got the latest update. I thought I had, because Abdullah has been updating it left, right and centre, so to speak. But overall, I mean, I think that looks really good. I'm quite happy with that. We'll change the weather now. So what I'll do, we'll turn off real world weather. So I'm going to close down FSGRW. So we'll close that. We'll come to flight configuration. We'll customize. We'll manually. Hang on. See, it had gone back. But it went back to that because I turned off FSGRW. Yeah. So let's manually configure. We'll select a preset. Marginal VFR, that's quite low actually. I'll tell you what, let's do, nope. That's just all. Right, let's add some cloud in here. Put a cloud layer and a few cumulus around about there, yep. And then we'll add another cloud layer, put some cirrus up here, yep. We could have, no, hang on, we'll have scattered cumulus here, and we'll have some cirrus. Oh dear, few cumulus, add a cloud layer, cirrus up there. Right, that's that done. Let's change that now, apply the changes, and there we are. So once again, Ultraweather XP does look really good. I must admit, I do like it. I'm going to add that fog layer back in, I think, which is just over, it's like a kind of misting effect. So that's set in my own weather, and that looks good. And I've seen real world weather look like this, although today, as I say, it's rather overcast, so putting real world weather on, you are going to get a pretty overcast view. Let's just go up here, above the cloud. That's actually fairly high for cloud. You wouldn't. You can see going through a couple of layers there. Very nice indeed. And as we get above it, you see the breaks in the cloud, the holes in the cloud going through to the land, the ground below. Very nice. So it's all. Of course, it all depends on what you like, what you think it should look like. I kind of like that. Looks good. Some of the best looking clouds in ultraweather in XPLANE11 at the moment, I have to say. Very good indeed. Let's just come out. I'm going to alter this slightly. I think customize that. I think we need to bring this down a little bit. Yeah, I think I'd be a bit happy with that. Visibility should be down to around about 20 miles. Wave height, I need it about 1 foot. There we go. Done. Apply changes. That's better. That looks better. Really nice. So, I hope I've kind of got rid of the confusion over real world weather. Let's go back to real world weather. So you need to set it at real world weather even with Ultra Weather XP in. That will change in a moment. There we go. To overcast, and that is what we're seeing outside. Although, like I say, it could be a little bit brighter. The clouds could be a little bit brighter, and we've got rid of that stupid fog layer at the moment. Some definition in the cloud there as well. Quite nice. You can see the fog layer over on the other side of the Bristol Channel there, over towards Devon. And well, that's Bristol over there, and Devon is more there, that way. Sun is low, which is about right for this time of the year, and the Bristol Channel's that steely grey colour. So let's see if there's any questions. If anybody's turned up on the channel, I don't think they have. We'll have a look over here. We've got 4 people watching. Don't know who they are because I can't find the comments. Hang on. I'll make this bigger. Oof. I don't know what went wrong there. Hang on. Let's do it this way. Oh, for some reason chat has been disabled for this stream. I don't know why. I certainly didn't disable it. I'll have to go into settings and try and figure out what's going on there. But anyway, hope that's kind of got rid of some of the confusion over Ultraweather XP. If you're going to use real world weather in Ultraweather XP, make sure you check match real world conditions. If you're using Active Sky XP or FSGRW, let me restart FSGRW, or if you're using FSGRW, you need to also put your real world settings on in XPLANE. Okay, so if you're using Ultra Weather XP, if you're using Active Sky XP or FSGRW or any other weather information such as NOAA, then you need to set match real world conditions in XPLANE11. Okay, and I think that's about it. There's not an awful lot more to say about that. I came on and did what I wanted to do. If you need to find out how to change clouds, etc., then you do it through the interface. The manual explains everything on how to do it. Can be a little bit confusing if you've not done it before, because what you've got to do is open up the developer toggle and go to texture browser, type clouds. These come up. I'll show you how to do it very quickly. Ultra Weather XP settings. Okay, so I'm on cloud set 10 at the moment, C10. I actually like C4, so you click on C4 and if you watch the clouds here, you'll see this, and then you open up each one of these and reload. Right, so reload. Done that one. Hang on. Open, please open. There you go. Reload. And you see, if you look at this image here, you'll see it change. Reload. That one's changed. Whoops. And you've got to do this for all of them. You see the clouds changing in the sim. And you could change this even more if you wanted to. You know, you could zoom, change the map on them as well. So you could change that even more. That's just showing you so you can see what you're doing. See that change there. And so now all the clouds have changed shape. I've changed the shape of them to C4. So you can mess around with it as much as you want. And the same with the night clouds. You can change you can have dynamic night clouds on, volumetric clouds colouring, which is this here. You can change so you can have less, so that makes them lighter, or more, makes them darker, or normal. Same with brightness, brighter, there we go, normal, darker. I keep looking out the window and checking the sky. Now, in the real world, I have to say that it is overcast, but it's blanket overcast. It's just you can't see any cloud definition as I look out the window. So it's all about setting the preferences to what you want and what you want it to look like. Okay, and if it's visually appealing to you, that's all that matters. Really, that's really all that matters. Visibility really more, normal less. I can't see any changes being made with that, but it does. And you look off into the distance onto the horizon when I turned on more, normal less. It's about the visibility. Let's put normal on. I think normal is about the best for everything. Even the lights, the night lights, you put it on large and they just look, you know, I've never seen any town that I've flown over ever look as bright as some of these when you use the lighting. Maybe I can show you that quickly, can we? No, that's because I'm real time, so hang on. Flight configuration, customize. Let's not track real world time. Okay, so that means I can do this. Go to night time. Okay. So, looking towards Barry and Cardiff. Have a look at the night lighting. let's move this over here so you can see. So that's normal night lights. That's small, which I think is actually probably more accurate. And then large, which is ridiculous. You know, I've never seen any city look that bright. And you can see the lights through the sky, through the clouds, as well. You can just see through there. See just through there is where my cursor is. So that's pretty neat. But like I say, I don't think I've ever seen any kind of town or city I know look that bright. Because actually, lots of places are trying to cut down on light pollution. Okay, so let's just get back to daytime. There we are, which is pretty neat. There we go. So I hope that answers a few questions about Ultra Weather XP. Unfortunately, for some reason, my comments are turned off, and I don't know why. I wonder if I can get them on. Edit video. Bear with me a second. I never have comments turned off. Apparently I've selected the setting to disable comments. Have I? Don't remember doing that. I can't find it. I can't find where the setting is. Let's have a look. Is it over here? Nope. Must be settings. Well, if I've turned off comments, I don't know where. Comments are disabled for this channel. Learn more. Oh, well, no idea. I'll have to check that out. I don't know why that is, but I'm awfully sorry. Okay, guys, I think that's about it anyway. I'm not going to pontificate for too much more. As I say, it was just a quick live video regarding Ultra Weather XP and just sorting out that business about real world weather and making sure that you have that switched on. Looking a bit wild out there, isn't it, across the Bristol Channel? All right. Have a good day, have a good Saturday. I'm going to go out flying. I'm going to take one of my racing drones out that I built. So I need to test it, do a maiden flight on that. So you all take care, stay safe. What's the phrase? I can't remember, but make space, wear a mask, protect the NHS or any other health organisation that you are associated with in your country. Please, please, please stay safe, okay? And we can beat it. Alright, that's it. Take care. Cheerio.